In the first scenes, an orderly is carrying Anna Fritz's body into the funeral home after she died in a bathroom during a private party. Her autopsy will be performed the next morning. Ivan and Javi are later seen walking into the same hospital and requesting to see the orderly. Ivan approaches Pau in the hospital lobby and asks if he has any more photos to show them. Pau leads them to the dumpsters in the back and warns them not to touch the yellow one because it contains human waste. Javi is enraged that he would bring them there because it stinks, and then he pulls out a bottle and some cups. Pau accepts the cup reluctantly because he has more work to do, and he tells them he doesn't want to go to the party because he has more work in the morning. They tell him to look for another job, but he says he enjoys working in the funeral home. The three friends raise a glass in memory of the recently deceased Anna Fritz. He informs them that her body will be kept in the hospital's funeral home until the following day. They take the elevator to the basement, and as they come through the maze of corridors, Pau tells them to act as if they're lost in case anyone comes across them. He unlocks the door and leads them inside the funeral home. When they arrive, Javi wants to leave because he's afraid they will be discovered and will be unable to lie their way out of the situation. The others persuade him to stay, and Pau shows them the actress's body. He uncovers Anna's face, but Ivan pulls the cover down, and Pau says she doesn't even look dead when Ivan grabs her breasts. He tells Javi to do the same, and he reluctantly places his hand on her chest, claiming she's cold. Pau covers up the body, and they both join Ivan to do another cocaine line. Ivan claims that everyone wants to sleep with the actress, who exposes her entire body. They have an unsettling conversation about what it would be like to sleep with a dead woman, and Pau tells them that he slept with a teenage girl's dead body. Ivan asks if he slept with Anna Fritz as well, and Javi jokes that he will most likely do so when they leave. Then Ivan says he wants to sleep with her. Pau appears to agree with Ivan's request and tells Javi, who wants to leave, to wait in the other room until the necrophiliac is finished. Then pushes him there. Javi can't believe his friend who would do something like that, but Pau can see Ivan getting ready to have fun with the dead body. Javi is shocked by what is happening and declares that both of them are sick. Pau doesn't agree, so when Ivan returns, he goes out to do the same. Javi is the only one who seems to see the problem with what they're doing. Pau climbs on top of her and does his thing, but the actress opens her eyes. To make matters worse, Anna is actually alive, and when Pau realizes this, he freaks out. The two others rush into the funeral home as the woman, who is lying immobile on the funeral slab, looks at them. Javi returns and puts a medical gown on Anna when Ivan stops him and tells him that they need to think about everything. They need to hide when they hear someone approaching the funeral parlor. Javi begs them to stay and explain, but they continue to pull the cover over her face and crouch down. Another body is rolled into the funeral home by an orderly, and Anna tries to summon him, but can barely make a sound. She's able to remove the cover, but he does not notice her before walking out. Pau and Ivan are terrified of what would happen if anyone found out about what they did. Javi tries to persuade them that she is unaware of what they have done to her and that she did not see them, but Pau is concerned that she does. Ivan confirms it and says she'll talk. He tells them that everyone believes she's dead and suggests that they kill her. Javi wants out of the funeral home and begins dragging the body out when Ivan stops him and begs him not to. The only sane friend asks if they understand what they are asking him to do. They're asking him to kill her, which frightens Anna. Ivan and Javi fight, but Ivan nearly kills him before Pau can get him off. Pau checks on him and reports that he is breathing but losing a lot of blood. They drag him to the other room. While Javi is barely breathing, Ivan tells Pau to get the girl inside the room so they can call someone from the funeral home to unlock them. While Ivan instructs Javi to lie to the police when they question him, he tells him not to say anything about the girl and walks out to clean up with Pau. Javi opens his eyes and apologizes to Anna, saying he'll get help, but she tells him not to move because he'll die if he does. When the two others enter, she informs them that he is in bad shape and bleeding out, but Javi tells her to shut up. Pao rushes inside the funeral home to meet the other orderlies, while Ivan keeps Anna quiet. Pao tells the coworker that the orderly from the night shift locked him in. Paul manages to get the coworker out of there, leaving Anna and Javi alone with Ivan. Ivan goes to check on Javi, but he is already dead. Pao returns, and Ivan informs him that Javi has died. Pao claims that they will spend their entire lives in prison, but Ivan claims that they will also dispose of his body. Anna asks if they haven't done enough evil already and promises not to tell anyone. They argue, and Ivan tries to persuade him that they are both equally responsible, and that if anything comes out, everyone will know what he did. Meanwhile, Anna climbs down from the slab and searches Javi's pockets for his phone. When they enter, they see Anna on the phone, and she tells them that she called her father and only told him that she had awoken. They believe it is over because she called from Javi's phone, so they take her upstairs. When Anna screams and Pao helps keep her quiet, an unknown number calls Javi's phone, and Ivan answers it. He realizes that the call was never fully received, and that she lied to them, so they return her to the funeral home. Ivan hits Anna and argues with her after she tells him that he is disgusting. Pao grabs some gauze and starts cutting it up when Anna warns him that if he does what Ivan says, he'll end up in jail for sure. She says that he isn't a murderer, and he can't let Ivan kill her, claiming that she is alive because of him. Anna begs him not to let her go, but Pao still ties her up. She informs him that Ivan murdered Javi in front of her while he was out of the room, and that he had no intention of transporting him to the hospital. Pao suspects she's lying to him again, and tapes her mouth shut. Meanwhile, Ivan goes to get the trash, but gets stuck behind it because some nurses smoke there. While Pao cleans up the other room, Anna pulls out the tape and tries to remove the restraints from her hands, but when she fails, she removes the ones from her legs. Anna collapses on the floor and crawls out of the funeral home, hiding just in time before Ivan returns. When he returns, he informs Pao that she has escaped and they split up to search for her. Anna manages to elude capture for a while, crawling through the halls, and eventually manages to get back on her feet, but she falls back down and crawls to the elevator. Ivan grabs the door and drags her back to the funeral home, just as she thinks she is safe. Pao returns and asks if he killed Javi when he wasn't there, but Ivan just tells him that she wants to pit Pao against him. When they return inside, Ivan is ready to kill her and tells Pao that they will suffocate her with bedsheets. Pao and Ivan both don't want to do it, but in the end, Ivan decides that they should both kill her. They suffocate her while she pees all over herself. Pao assists Ivan in lifting her back onto the slab, and they then dispose of Javi's body. Ivan leaves to dispose of the body, while Pao cleans up the funeral home and Anna's body. Pao scrubs Anna's body clean of all evidence of what happened. Pao replaces the sheet over her body and places her back in line with the others. When he gathers his belongings and waits for Ivan, Pao hears Anna coughing. He walks over to the body and tells her to pretend she's dead when he uncovers her. She then blinks, her eyes open, and looks at him. When Ivan returns, Pao covers Anna up and tells Ivan to leave because he has everything. Ivan approaches her and asks if he completed his job. After that, they leave. But before they get to the elevator, Ivan realizes he's forgotten his card. Pao tries to persuade him not to return to the funeral home, but to no avail. When they return, they find Anna on her feet. Ivan assaults Pao and attempts to kill him, but Anna shows up and repeatedly stabs Ivan. Pao tells her that they were about to leave and that she should not have done what she did. But Anna looks at him and stabs him as well.